Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to the podcast. So I've been seeing so many posts lately. Every other day, a new AI tool that comes out. So I think we have to speed up our game and try out more and more AI tools so that people don't have to experiment with them. So what are you guys seeing on LinkedIn these days?
Yeah, same man. Like not just I know we tried the Replet and Lovable last week, right? Mainly to create like websites and web apps and stuff. Nowadays, everything you want to do, there is an AI app. People literally don't want to like touch it, just chat with it and then finish off stuff. That's amazing. Yeah.
And have you guys seen that latest post from Anthropic CEO where he was saying that like within 9 months, 100% of the coding can be done by AI.
Yeah.
Pretty scary.
Literally, see, I was looking at that. He was talking at a conference. I was like, okay, Anthropic CEO, he must be telling something. And when the point came where he was saying, okay, in the next 8 to 9, I think 6 to 9 months, 90% of the code will be written by AI. In the next 1 year, 100% of the code will be written by AI. I literally played that 3 times and I clipped that and sent it to a lot of people. And I think after that, so many posts came out just with that clip, right? So a lot of people were just focused on that. And I think that is everything is changing so fast nowadays that, yeah.
Yesterday I was having a conversation with one of my like friends here, Sidhu. So it was also like a mind blown moment to me. He was like, everyone thinks that you can replace an engineer or a PM or someone with a tool, but the thing is, you can start a product. You can have an MVP of a product without having anyone. Like you can have like a bunch of tools to do that. But once you get to a point, you need to have a clear system design where people need to think about end-to-end systems, cybersecurity, and all of that stuff. At that point, you can't just sit with an AI agent and then just tell that, hey, I'm going to do it end to end. So people are still needed end to end, at least at this point of time. Maybe down the line, you'll have AI agents to like deal with all of these things. So probably you'll replace each human with one AI agent that takes care of it end to end. But right now, like MVPs, yes. But beyond that, we still need like
Yeah, I
talk
think
to the
that's a
people.
very good point because I think all of these tools will only get us to certain point, right? So when I tried out Replit in December, it was, I was able to get to a some version of the website, but still it was not that functional. But I think when you showed me Lovable, right? When I tried building something on Lovable, I got to a point where actually I can test it out and push it out to the users and see how they're actually using it. So I think they're getting better and better, but I think it also comes with their own downsides, right? Because I think you have to have a separate backend also set up through a different provider and it costs you money. So what I learned in the process is just setting up a website is pretty easy. You can take that subscription for $20 per month. But when you go into that storage piece of things, I think they're charging like 5 cents or $1 per every hour. And the plan increments from there onwards. And the highest plan is like $5 per hour for a 256 gig storage for your website. So essentially, if you are having a website with a lot of storage that is needed, you have to pay by hour for the storage solution. So, yeah.
One more thing I realized, I was continue to play with Lovable. What I realized is initially it might seem very interesting, but over a period of time, it's still dumb. I was trying to like put a banner on all the pages, and I told it, hey, remove a banner on one specific page. It struggled big time. Like it's as simple thought for a human, but it struggled big time. It kept getting that banner back. Anytime I changed something, it kept thinking that, okay, Funny once told me that this banner has to come in all pages. So whatever happens, I'm gonna bring that banner back. I was like,
Yeah, I think so as we have been trying with so many tools, right? I think we have to keep trying these tools as newer things comes up, and also anything new that pops up in the space. So today, I know, Funny, you have been playing around with Bolt. So the difference between Lovable, Replet versus Bolt is that Lovable and Replet helps you build web applications and maybe Chrome plugins and so on and so forth. But Bolt also helps you build applications, right? That's completely new. So let's maybe just try it out and see what the different features are, and we can maybe try to add some functionality and evaluate this against the previous apps which we have.
yeah, let's do that. And just for everyone's context, right? Bolt's CEO was on Lenny's podcast like last week, I think. And what Lenny was telling is after ChatGPT, this is supposedly the most growing app in the market right now. So that's where like it got excited me too. Another thing I also wanted to mention was when I think about Bolt, I was initially thinking about building an app. And for everyone's context, everything product will be launching an app, which would be helping you with interviews in the future. And that's where we are starting. So the context here is we want to build an app which can help folks interview for product management, and we want to start with bigger companies. Let's think about Mang companies, right? Let's see if we as product managers can think about it, just type with the chatbot and build an app. And just before this pod, I started using the tool and started with the basic framework. And as part of the pod, we'll also make changes to see like how the product is performing. Let me share my screen. First thing that I observed, right, with this website is it's extremely similar to all the other tools. I mean, everyone takes the inference from obviously like ChatGPT, right? Simple chat interface. You can start with a basic question and then start doing things. And one good thing is they're also starting to promote other products that they have. Figma is obviously one of the biggest things if you're thinking about designs, Expo, etc. And they're also telling that they have a huge stack of other tools that they can use to connect. And actually, what do you guys think about this page?
That's pretty straightforward, simple. Yeah. And also, I think it's similar to Lovable, I guess.
Going right into action without any landing pages and all.
Yeah. And they're trying to do a good job of like promoting themselves, like where they are, their help centers, etc. Comparatively better than Lovable. So let's go to our app, right? So this is what I started. I started with a very basic prompt. I know it's a large chat here, but I started with a very basic prompt telling that I want to create a mobile app that helps product managers prepare for interviews for these companies. And they should give daily notifications on what they need to do. They should be able to customize their plan based on how much time they have. This could be 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. And I also told it that a person should be able to tell their experience and set up an initial plan. I know just for the ease of use, I won't use the app in itself, but I'll probably just go with a local preview here. Okay, so this is a local preview. I'm going to zoom it a little bit so that it's easy for people to consume. Let's start with this, right? I'm going to start with 0. So it just built a login page where someone can come and log in. This is not integrated with backend, obviously, so I don't think I can sign it. So I'm just going to do a basic functionality. So it's starting with few things. Okay, yeah, it's starting with few things like select the companies, like choose the companies that you're targeting. Let's say I'm going to say Meta and Netflix. Continue. It's asking for the basic experience. So I'm going to, let's say I have 10 years of experience and let's say I'm a senior PM and I'm just going to give other as the industry. Now it's asking me what's like my confidence level for each of these questions, which is also one input that I told it to give some time back. So let's say give my confidence. Now it's asking me timeline. So like how much time do I want to prepare in? Let's say 90 days. Continue. It's asking like if I have any upcoming interviews and stuff. I'm going to skip this step for now. So now it gave me a 90-day plan. I think it's telling me 45% complete because I was just playing around with it before. And if I go to the plan, then it's telling me phase 1, I need to do this. Phase 2, I need to do this. Phase 3, I need to do this. This is good. Obviously, this is just a structure, but we need to like change what we need. And it's giving me today's targets that I have to do like 45 minutes of product strategy, 30 minutes of market analysis, etc., which is also nice. Okay, this is also good. It gave by default like types of questions that the customers could get, and then finally basic settings. Nice. What do you guys think about this one?
This is really amazing. First, I think where we were able to see within few seconds everything coming into life. I'm also curious, like, because I mean, obviously, everyone is a working professional today. They have very limited time in a day for them to prepare. Is there any way we can also add something like, okay, I have 2 hours. I saw in that window where I think it was giving 45 minutes, 45 minutes. I mean, it's a lot, but is there any way we can time box it? Like, give me a 2 hour prep schedule every day?
Or
Let's try it out.
could you change it into ask the, when you sign up, right? Ask the preference of how much time you can spend per day.
Yeah, something like that. Yes, maybe.
Select the sign up flow and enable the customer to give the time they can spend every day.
One other thing funny. Can you also ask it to change the plan based on the number of tasks completed that day every day? Because I think, normally whenever I sometimes try to stick to a schedule, I don't, right? So,
Basically, what you're saying is if something is left out, that needs to move to the next day.
yeah. And one other thing, like if it's not too much, can we also ask it to gamify it better so that we come back to this every day?
Let's try that.
So essentially, what the problem this is solving is whenever it's helping anybody who's preparing for an interview to prepare a schedule based on their preferences of time, the company, and also how they are progressing every day.
Yes, I'm bringing that structure, I think, which is very important.
Daily time management, adaptive planning, and gamification features. Okay, it's just simplifying it.
But do we know it's using in the backend? Is it OpenAI, or do you know, is it Claude or some other LLM?
Don't know actually. Let's Google. What does Bolt new? Yeah.
Claude.
Oh, using
Yeah.
Claude.
I think Claude is really, really good. You know, a lot of times for all of the text, I use Claude.
Mm.
But the problem
The
is
thing here, right? If they're just using Claude, like anyone else can go and build this app, right? Why is this?
that's when you see, right, all of these companies, when you see Lovable, Cursor, Bold, all of these companies have like 10 to 15 people teams, and they're maybe generating anywhere between 10 to 100 million of revenue per year. So it's it's difficult, but that's very small team to generate that much of revenue because they're building on top of OpenAI or Claude, right?
Mm.
Now, recently heard a talk where a Perplexity CEO got the same question. How are you guys different? You guys just building on top of ChatGPT. I think his answer, I was also initially thinking the same, like as you said, funny. His answer was, if you take Netflix is hosted on Amazon. If you take like in most other platforms which are in cloud, they are dependent on other platforms, which was little interesting answer. I'm not 100% it's apple to apples comparison, but that was his response.
So it completed it. Okay.
Yeah, looks like it changed it. So let's see. So we basically, just for everyone's context, we basically tried to change three things. One is changing the sign up flow and enabling the customer to tell how much time they can spend every day. The second one is if they didn't finish something on a daily basis, that should move to the next day. And the last one is gamifying so that the customer can come back. Okay, so let's say I signed in. I'm going to do the same thing, Meta and Netflix. I'm going to give the same details again. One more thing we need to figure out is, they should stick. I know we need to have some kind of a backend.
Oh, nice.
Okay, nice. So it's giving a daily schedule, preferred start time, which is good. So probably we can give a notification at that point of time to the customer. Daily duration, let's go with 2 hours. Okay, continue. It's asking
And
for.
I think in the next prompt we need to change this also. I like if they ask me, right, I'll I don't know if I know the right answer for all of these.
Actually, the way I'm thinking about this screen is get the confidence level at the start. As the days progress, you
Yes.
should ask them like, what's their continual confidence level now?
No, I'm like what I meant is people might not know how they are actually rated against, right? So you might want to gauge that by asking them a set of questions or something like that. Maybe it'll be too much of a sign up process, but yeah.
Yeah, good thought. Okay, so I'm gonna stick to 90 days. Ignore the dates for now. Okay,
Streak points.
nice. Yeah. How many points? So it gamified with that. Oh, nice. See, it's giving you achievements like first week champion, taskmaster, perfect month. Nice. Okay, let's also go to the plan. So basically, we told only 2 hours a day we can do. So let's see if it tweaked based on that. So 45 minutes and 30 minutes. Oh, it didn't tweak this one. See, it's more than 2 hours.
Yes.
Let's also ask that, right? Looks like you haven't updated the daily tasks. What is the other ones you have, Sidhu?
So I think one other thing I want to add is it's difficult to keep sticking to a schedule, right? So can we add an accountability buddy, like send this to somebody so that we compete with them on the streak or something like that?
Oh, nice. I like that. Did you want it to be a person or do you want it to be an AI bot or something like that?
Anything, right? That's even better maybe. Yeah, if you don't have friends and you're
Like an AI bot that can keep the motivated. Let's see.
And I think one other thing is okay. One other thing is so it's just giving a plan like for product strategy, saying that okay, go in and learn these things. But I think we need to give the content too. So can we give it? Can we also add content which is bite sized, where people can just scroll through and learn about these things and maybe answer some questions, right? So essentially think about your office trainings where you see a 1 minute video, then answer 2 questions, and then it proceeds you to the next one. Maybe I'm asking too much for it to do, but
I love that thought, Sidhu. Because if we can actually make interview prep as simple as our company training modules, right? Where they tell that, hey, these are the things that you need to listen. Finally, you get a questionnaire. Yeah, that will be amazing for
I'll
people.
say as simple as scrolling reels, right? So click on that 40 minutes, you scroll through bytes of information, and yeah, maybe I don't know.
No, maybe we can make some simpler videos too, like explaining what each of these mean. People listen to it and then go answer a question. And then we can also give a response to it on what is a good answer, what is a bad answer, etc. So that way people can like continually improve themselves.
Yes.
Cool. Let's see what are the changes that we did. So we said the daily tasks are not being updated. So let's fix that. So let's go to tasks here. So let's do one thing, right? I'm going to make it 60 minutes just to test it out. Okay, I'm going to take a 30-day plan, start preparation. Okay, all of these are good. Let's go to tasks. Yeah, this is actually good, right? I gave 30 minutes.
Huh?
So it's stuck to like 20 minutes.
And when you click on that, is it giving you some?
You gave 60 minutes.
No, I gave 30 minutes, right? Or did I give 60?
60 minutes.
30 days.
No, 60. He gave 60. Yeah.
60 minutes, 30 days.
Maybe it gave under that, but it could have filled more basically. It could have
Maybe
get it to 60.
maybe if they add next one, it's 45 minutes. Maybe it's crossing beyond 60. That's why it just gave for that problem.
Yeah, maybe let's try 60 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So you're doing like broad test.
So let's try 90 because earlier we gave 60.
Okay, let's do 90. Continue. I'm going to do some random thing here. Let's keep it to 90 days. Start preparation. Okay, let's go to tasks. No, something got messed up. So you'll see that is for 90 minutes, but it's still stuck to 20 minutes here.
I think there's a logic that has to be added to. So I think we can enhance this by, I think it needs a repository of all the different things which they could do. Essentially, it could pick, right? Essentially, I think it's creating things on the flow. So let's start. It says let's start today, right? So somewhere. Oh,
Start today's tasks. It's just taking you to tasks. Let's say I say that I'm done.
it says okay. I just completed. Remember, consistency is the key. You're been showing up every day. Okay. Sad. Okay. What is this? Practice these questions. Okay. Meditate. I think
Just give the screen like the CTAs and stuff are not working. But this is amazing, right? Overall, like let's say we want to build an app. It's giving you all kinds of things that is necessary so that you can take a product to production extremely fast.
I think we should keep iterating on this. I like this.
Yeah, 100%. I'm telling you, right? We are launching our app.
I know that's been a long due, but now I think because of competing priorities, now given how easy it is, we can do it soon.
No, funny. I think once you told me about Lovable, right? Since that point, I've been struggling so much that I have to do a lot of things at work and on the side. But I still want to build all of these things. I'm struggling to find time to do things which I have to do because I'm spending a lot of my time on Lovable and all of these apps.
Same thing. And I'll tell you, visionary thinking, right? Imagine us having an AI bot, and the goal that we give it to is, hey, you need to build an app, and that enables these product managers to do these things. It understands the goal, goes back, builds the app, like iterates on it, and then comes up with a proper flow telling that, hey, these are the 3 apps that I built, try it out. And we build one, we launch it. That's like crazy.
The biggest hurdle now is the ecosystem, right? So imagine we give a chatbot or agentic AI a task to do it. There is no at least plumbing so that it can talk to all of these different products to build that, right? Essentially, there's no way it could talk to a database agent or a front end agent or like an app store to all of these things. I think all of the plumbing is being built now. So think of this more like an internet era where you're just starting with 1 or 2 websites. Now we have so many websites and applications. I think in the next 5 years we'll have so many of these things that they'll talk to each other, start building for us, and also it'll be wild, man. I think we have to keep exploring these as new and new tools come in.
Yep.
No, this is great, Sidhu.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for that exploration today. So next week we're going to pick another AI tool and explore the same way which we did today. So if you have watched till this point, I think you must have liked our video. So please like and subscribe, and also comment in the comment section about what tools do you want us to go in and explore. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.